Welcome to the Fourth Step Podcast. On each episode, we interview recovering addicts and learn their story with addiction. Through exploring personal journeys, we get a glimpse of the depths addicts fall to and their path in recovery. We hope you enjoy the episode. Welcome to the Fourth Step Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I am an addict.
My name's Josh. I'm an addict.
Hi, Josh.
I'm here as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a routine. This is the 40th episode. And the
Seems pretty
routine's
crazy.
always like, hey, I'm Kevin, I'm an addict. And then everybody's supposed to say, hi, Kevin.
You don't want to say it's not an AA meeting, bro.
Yeah, it isn't.
I'm Jeff. I'm a recovering addict.
Hi, Jeff.
He
I thought you
typically
said it was the 41st.
You're the 41st. Yeah, we've had
okay.
40 episodes. I don't know if I told you that yet.
I did not.
That's
know
a
that.
lot for
It
us.
Seems
Yeah.
it seems like
If quick?
yeah
Yeah.
fast
I know.
yeah. Doesn't seem like we've done that many. Also, I can't remember much of anything, so it seems like it never happened.
That's because of your TBI, traumatic brain injury. All right, so there's
other
a
things.
couple housekeeping things. We want to thank everybody that supports us. We have our friend in Roseville, and we have a new subscriber, Jennifer M., that we want to do a shout out for. She's supporting us monthly.
Did you say Roseville or Santa Rosa?
Oh, it is Santa Rosa.
I think it's Santa Rosa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Santa Rosa. Yeah.
All right. may know
And then
that.
a shout out to our recovery podcast friends, and there's the Anonymous podcast. Please check that out, and the Living Clean podcast. Those are two alternate podcasts about recovery.
Nice.
Yeah. So you know the premise of the episode is the 4-step, and then we're gonna talk about the mess and grill you on a bunch of shit about your
Sweet.
childhood and get down and dirty.
All right. Send it.
You're all right? Send
Yeah,
it? Is that
yeah,
what you said?
yeah.
Send it. All right.
Earliest trauma. What's the earliest?
Well, you got clean young, right? What's your clean date, and how many years do you have?
April Fool's Day, 1991.
April Fool's Day is
April 1st.
Yeah, April 1st,
What
Yeah.
and what year?
1991.
91. Okay.
How old were you?
I was 17 years old.
17 years old.
That was 34 plus years ago.
That's a while.
You have the potential to have more clean time than most. Yeah.
Potential.
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow's not promised.
So I got clean when I was 17. When I had 17 years clean, I was 34 years old. And now 17 years later, I'm 51.
You're doing
my
math.
my
on there.
brain does weird math shit
That's-
like
yeah.
that. I had a lot
mine
of acid.
too.
I had a lot of acid as a troubled youth.
And everybody knows I don't do math on
Okay.
air, so
All right.
I can't figure that shit out. Yeah. So Josh's question.
Yeah, trauma. Like what? When you think back to maybe some stuff that you've worked through in recovery or whatever forms of self improvement you may have done, like what stands out as early stages of oh shit's fucked up, this isn't right, you know?
Well, I remember a couple months before, maybe 4 months before I turned 5, waking up in the middle of the night with my mom and her boyfriend yelling and screaming and throwing shit all over the house and hearing things breaking.
Where'd you live?
Sebastopol,
Which
like
is?
Sonoma County, California.
Bay Area.
Yeah,
Okay.
Northern California. So about 40 minutes north of the Golden Gate Bridge.
General Santa Rosa area.
Yeah, yeah. And I was so afraid of what was happening and had zero idea about how it was going to end. And I remember going outside, getting into my mom's car and closing the door so I could hear less of it, and I could still hear it. And I didn't know what else to do with myself. I was tearing hair out of my head and screaming as loud as I could so that I didn't hear what was going on, because
Wow,
I was afraid I was going to hear my mom getting killed. or my sister. I have a sister who's 4 years older than me. And I also remember thinking, I'm going to be a dad someday, and I'm going to be way better at it than these fucking losers.
That's a lot of thinking for a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
shit.
a trip.
That was like, I mean, because later in life, hearing about people doing self-harm and stuff like that to like, somehow it does some sort of release.
Yeah.
It's like I was doing that before I was 5 years old. I didn't manifest later in the same ways, but
You're talking about like the hair pulling?
yeah,
Yeah.
like ripping hair out of my head, like, and screaming as loud as I could so I would be distracted or not hearing what was going on in the house.
That's like 4 years old. That's super traumatic.
It was fucked up.
I mean, I can relate to that
yeah.
stuff.
And, you know, a couple months later, I was hit by a car, and I turned 5 in a body cast. I broke my
Holy
femur
shit.
and all my ribs on my left
What,
side.
were you just a pedestrian?
Yeah. So, me and my friend cousin
Small
Stevie.
one. He's a small pedestrian.
Yes. Yeah. We're digging around looking. We lived across the street from a 7-Eleven, and we're digging around, found a nickel. You could get 2 little Andes chocolate mints for a nickel at 7-Eleven. So I'm like, Stevie, let's go. Stevie says, I'm not supposed to cross the street without a grown-up. I was like, whatever, pussy. And I went across the street, and I got these 2 mints. And I ate mine, and I stood on the other side of the street, and I said, come get your mint, Stevie. He says, I can't cross the street without a grown-up. And I was like, well then. I popped it in my mouth, walked out on the street, bam, hit by a car.
Damn.
Flew through the air 23 feet because the guy went, bam, and hit me. And then I landed on my feet. So I broke the femur, landed on my feet, sent the bone side by side like an inch.
All right, that's good enough.
I'd like to hear.
I don't like that.
Yeah, well, you know.
So you got fucked up.
Yeah. We got
Oh,
we got listeners, Kevin.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So
You broke your leg.
broke my leg, bounced off an LTD with when I landed on my
What's an
feet.
LTD?
A big stupid car that was parked across the street,
Got it. Okay.
and then
Is that
traction.
something that doesn't exist anymore?
There might be a few left.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
Okay.
Huge boat of a car.
Who made it? Was LTD
Ford.
the manufacturer? Oh, got it. Okay.
They were like 21 feet long.
Yeah, they were land
I had a
yachts.
Caprice that was,
It was
like the
it was
same.
a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, big stupid car.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was in traction for 2.5 months while they kept re-breaking my leg because it was fusing side by side.
Damn.
And yeah. And then like fast forward, like getting suicide notes from my mother in my coloring books, all kinds of mayhem.
Wait, what?
and-
So is your mom one of us?
yes.
She's an addict
Yes. She got clean when I was 8.
when you were 8. But up until then, you like grew up until you were 8 years old with a using mom.
Yes.
And your dad?
Dad woke up in a blackout when I was 3 months old, beating the shit out of my ma, and decided that was not the guy he wanted to be, and took off. And 3 days later, crashed in the side of a bridge. The chick he'd picked up at the bar flew through the windshield, splattered, and he had 7 brain surgeries and came out paralyzed on his left side. 7 years of his memory gone, and short-term memory damage to the point where he didn't make any new memories after 1974.
Is he a vegetable?
No, he's dead now.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
the 7 years previous to the accident were just wiped clean from,
So he had no memory of beating your mom.
or my sister and I being born, or his time that he spent in the military, or like he came out of the hospital thinking it was 1967.
Shit.
And
I mean that. I
My
mean,
grandpa
that sucks
turned-
that happened to him.
totally. That played a part in my life later on. But like I didn't even meet him till I was 8.
Wow.
When Mom got clean, my sister and I went to a foster home.
Can you touch on the coloring book suicide notes?
My mom, to this day, is suicidal. regular. She ideates it regularly. And back when she was using and bottoming out, she would come up with like plans and write them out in the coloring books for me to find later.
So
And then she'd choose not to. And
yeah, it sounds like she was like crying for help or wanted attention or something,
yes.
right? But not following through. Did she ever like go and OD or anything like that?
She...
Like an attempt to die?
No. She's never actually... It's always been more
Talk?
crying for help.
Yeah.
And making really shitty choices. But not enough to... Not life-ending choices, just family upheavals.
Yeah,
It's
just
kind
different
her
type
jam.
of mental health issue.
Yes, definitely. And unaddressed or inappropriately addressed. That's, I mean, 12 steps are awesome. And then there's stuff that is like chemical
Yeah.
imbalances that like, you know, and typical, like most typical mental health sufferers, they get right and then they go, cool, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah, right? Then it all
And
cycles
then-
again.
Then it all starts over again and over again. And
What other trauma, like your mom has...
She got clean when you were 8. You met Dad. Like what?
that was, yeah, I met my dad's side of the family when I was 8. We were in a foster home with Jehovah's Witnesses.
How did you get to in the foster home? Because your mom was using, or your mom...
Mom went to the loony bin again. That was kind of a common thing. You stay
Okay.
up for 9 days, 11 days, and then someone goes, oh, this person's out of their fucking gourd. And an interaction with somebody who's a responsible
Adult.
person of some kind,
Pedestrian.
or a cop,
Responsible
or
pedestrian.
right, or a cop, or a whatever, a concerned neighbor, anything. And so she thought it was going to be another 72-hour evaluation, and then they were like, no, you're fucked up, and you need more than that, and your kids need to be in a safer environment. So she got taken. They gave her the option, like, lose your kids forever and keep doing what you're doing, or get clean and hopefully get your kids back with you. And so she did.
So you're 8, foster care. Mom's in 50 on a 5150. You meet your dad, their side of the family.
Well, it was so
How long were you in foster care?
13 months,
Okay.
3rd grade. And so it was, so my mom's boyfriend had a family that lived down the street he was really good friends with, and I would go visit with them, and they were like a regular, way more regular than I had ever
Family?
experienced.
Yeah.
Family where like they sat at the table and there was like vegetables and
Yeah.
bread and butter and juice and milk.
Bunch of
and
Salt and
squares.
pepper shakers.
Yeah, right? Like shit from TV. That's, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, this is I mean, I look at it now, it's like, yeah, she had a kid when she was 16. Her old man, who was 20, was like, we're going to be a family. And they tried to play house as good as they could. And they kind of took me under their wing. Mom went to the loony bin, bunch of pranksters hanging around the house, but that was always the common thing. But Mom wasn't there. And so I went down the street to stay with Pat and Regan, who are awesome people. I love them, and I still reach out to them today. And then CPS was like, we're not sending this woman home from the hospital. She's going to treatment, and we're gathering these kids. And they were like,
Did you and your sister stay together when you went to foster care?
Yes.
That's good.
yeah. Because my sister had pretty much been running the house. Like, before Mom takes the food stamps and sells them for dough,
Oh, so she became mom.
she became the
That
mom.
was her role in the family dynamics.
Totally.
Was the caretaker.
What
Yeah.
was the progression from that point, meeting your dad's family, foster care, so you're 8. What was the projection from there to 17 when you got clean? Like what kind of happened from that point?
Well, at that point, I was already I was already a shoplifter, hustler. Like, I used to go down and I'd knock on doors and get pop bottles that you could then go get the CRV back for.
Yeah.
And then when I had enough money to buy the Sunday paper, I'd put in the money for one Sunday paper, pull out all the Sunday papers where they had a $1 Whopper coupon on Sundays, and I'd go down to the Burger King and I would sell them for $1, because that's when Whoppers were like $3.
Yeah.
I'd sell them for $1, and someone could go in there and buy a Whopper for $1, so they get a Whopper for $2.
How old were you?
7?
So at 7 years old, you were a mover and a shaker.
Yeah, I was already
You were
a
a
hustler.
businessman.
Had you gotten loaded yet?
I was passing the bong around at mom's parties and hitting it, and I would jump up and down when I knew everyone was out in the living room smoking weed. I'd jump up and down on my bed. That's where the weeds. I'd go to a friend's house, jump up and down on their bed, and be like, "What? Your bed's bogus, dude." You know, like not knowing that. And then I put it together, like, "Oh, I see," because I'm jumping around in all the weed. That's what's going on. That's how I'm getting high.
You mean the smoke?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And then but like I hadn't like been I'd taken sips off of people's drinks, but I wasn't like actively like I'm doing this.
You hadn't gotten the obsessive and compulsive yet.
I hadn't had
You hadn't put it together that you were getting loaded.
correct.
Got it.
And but I was like, when I would, like the big half-pound Hershey bars, when I was that wide, I would slide them down the front of my pants, put my shirt over it, and get out the store. So sugar was like, yeah, let's get down.
Me
You
too.
know what I mean? But
Except I was wider than that.
yeah, well,
I was a large child.
yeah. So then, like, it probably, like, the first time I went to a party where I was like, I'm going to go drink and party with these people.
So the first time getting loaded on purpose.
Right. Like, specifically participating in the whole
Gotcha.
scene and setting it up for myself and, like, making that choice. Like, this is what's happening tonight. I was in 6th grade. In Novato, there was Hamilton Air Force Base and lots of military housing, stuff like that. So there was a party at the Brown Boys house, which was just a bunch of these military kids that called themselves the Brown Boys. And one of the guys in my apartment complex, who was 2 or 3 years older than me, that I hung out with, was like, "Come with me, let's go to the party." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." So we went over to the military, the Air Force Base, and it was a party, like a high school party, and I was like in 6th
You were a
grade,
little
I think.
kid.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of other people who brought their little brothers or their young homies, and they were like, most of them were out in the backyard playing tag or whatever. And within, I don't know, first hour at the party, it was like they were taking bets on how many shots the little dude could take before he pukes, and I was the little dude taking shots, and it was on.
How old were you?
6th grade. What is that, like
I don't know.
10, 11?
10, yeah.
11, I think. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And my sister, who's 4 years older than me, next day she's like, dude, everybody's talking about the little dude who took like 7 shots and then was like, losing his mind and doing all this crazy, stupid shit. And I'm like, cool.
You got a name now.
I was
right?
like, yeah,
Attention.
right on. My sister was mortified because she was like, this is garbage. You know what I mean? But then it was like, that was cool. And I didn't immediately be like, oh, yeah, let's go do it again. But the next opportunity, it was on. And my shoplifting skills made it so I could also just go, and steal a bottle. And the other kids thought that was cool. And my neighbor across the street, who was like 5 years older than me, because we moved from where we were to across town, and then I met some older stoners that lived in the neighborhood, and I was their little sidekick, and they were drinking, smoking weed, finding pills, eating acid, doing. I was like, yep, I'm in. And
It's like 10 and 11, you're already full blown getting loaded.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
and
young.
just general gangsterism. Like whatever hood rat shit was available, I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I also hung out with these older guys, but not much older. You know what I mean?
A couple years.
When yeah, like 3 or 4 years older. That's a
That's
lot.
a lot.
When you're that age.
Yeah, no shit.
And they were full of shit about the cool things they did, and I would try to outdo the super exaggerated shit stories they were telling me. So, like,
Sounds
if
like
they
a class
drank,
clown.
right, if they drank 2 or 3 beers, they would tell you they drank 7 or 8 beers, and I would go and drink 12. Like, yeah, now what? You know, and they're like, "You're out of your mind." I'm like, "Yeah," and that's cool. You know, and I also had the hang up because I grew up with my mom and my 2 sisters, and there was never any dudes around.
Wait, you have 2 sisters?
The second sister was my sister's best friend, whose dad was a prankster asshole. So she just sort of landed on the couch and never left for like 7 years.
Okay, so kind of
And
like
then I
an
found out I
adopted
actually
sister.
do have a full-blooded older sister, but that was later that I found that out.
Wow.
My dad convinced my mom in high school you can't get pregnant your first time. Not so.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah?
Pregnant
Nice.
first time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have a full-blooded sister, Stacy, down in Arizona. But, so I had this hang-up that because I grew up with my mom and there was nothing but women in my house, I was going to somehow not be masculine or manly.
Where'd you get
whatever.
that idea? Just because you were around women and other people?
Just
Other kids
uncomfortable.
give you that idea or something?
No. I don't know where the idea came from.
Oh.
So, I wanted to make sure everything I did was like confirming that I was straight and manly.
Yeah.
Whatever that
Unfounded
means.
fear of
Yeah,
some kind?
totally unfounded fear. And, you know, when I was a kid, everything you did, it was like, whatever, fag.
Yeah.
And I'm, not me, man. You know, I had these, I don't know, I had weird, stupid hang-ups about it. Now I don't even care, whatever. But just, you know, the stupid shit that you do growing up, or think, or tell yourself, or somebody says something and you pick up on it.
Early onset homophobia.
What were the main, like, did you have like one specific or a couple specific drugs that you kind of leaned towards as you got a little bit older, like closer to the edge, the end of using?
I ate a lot of acid, 8th and 9th grade, frying pretty much all the time. And
That's
and
got to
then-
be like 80, 70, late 70, early 80s?
late 80s.
Late
So-
80s?
Yeah, because I got clean in 91.
Oh, yeah, that
Right.
makes sense.
So
You're a little younger.
I knew this skinhead on Haight Street that made acid. So I would go and I'd buy a sheet for $30
Yeah.
and sell it for $5 a hit. And there's 100 hits in a sheet. And so,
Late 80s, San Francisco would be like 4-way window pane or
Oh, yeah.
microdot or...
lots of window pane.
Yeah,
and
we
lots
had-
of. I think the one that changed a lot of lives in Nevada was this. They had like a Charles Scholl series where it was Woodstock and Snoopy and Charlie Brown and
Yeah,
Patty.
I did a lot of that San Francisco stuff too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So and then, the only. I mean, I was also a garbage can, so it was like whatever you got. And I also had I had lines because my mom was clean, right? My mom was going to NA meetings all the time, and like she would go to work, she'd come home from work, she'd be on the phone spitting slogans, and then she would like fill her stolen thermos and go to another meeting, and then come home sometimes with some newcomer who was like a mess on our couch, and I was like, yeah. At one, I was like, I'm not an addict because I don't do this, or I don't do that, or I don't do this, or I don't do that drug that way, so I'm not an addict.
Justification.
Yeah, justification. And then at one point I was like, yeah, I'm an addict. So be it. when I'm old and lame, I'll get clean.
Like my mom.
Yeah. When I'm old and lame like my mom and her friends, I'll get clean. But
Well,
meanwhile, leave me alone.
Yeah. You've got
And-
time.
Yeah, right? She didn't clean up till she was, what was that? I was 8, so she was 38, I'm like, yeah, when I'm 38, then I'll get clean. But, yeah, and I would draw all these lines like, well, if I get kicked out of school, or if I get, I start getting in big trouble at school or something, I'll reel it in. And then it was like, why would I reel it in? Now I'm going to school across town, and those kids don't even know how much weed you're supposed to get for $20. So yeah, I'll just burn these kids because they're dumb. And then it was like, well, if I go to juvie or something like that, I'll reel it in.
So
I go
the
to juvie.
line kept getting pushed.
Yeah, and I go to juvie. I'm like, this is chill. Hang out in sweatpants, eat. 'Cause by that time I was doing lots of crank and meth and.
I was going to ask, because you said earlier that there was always pranksters around the house.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I was like, oh, I can't do that drug.
Yeah.
because
Until you
that's
did.
what fucks you up. And then it was like appeared, and I'm like, oh, well, actually, this is great, because when I drink, I puke all the time, and I end up like passed out, and I wake up in a bush somewhere or some bullshit, or like that's lame. But if I do speed, I could stay up robbing people and burglarizing cars and getting into bullshit all night. And
Yeah.
if I puke, it's cool. I'm not going to puke and pass out. I'm just going to puke. That just clears a path for more getting high.
Did you ever end up shooting up?
No, nobody in my perimeter was
Yeah.
doing it at that time, and I'm glad, because I smoked a lot of it. Once I found smoking crank, it was on. It was that was the jam.
That's a trip.
Yeah.
So what got you clean? Like it's pretty amazing that you were into all that stuff so early and able to get out of it so early too.
I just started making better choices. No, just
Said no addict ever.
Yeah.
yes. Well, it was a Nancy Reagan ad actually. Really woke me up.
Uh-huh.
No.
Made it worse.
Me and my friends had broken into a sheriff's house the year
Knowingly?
before. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So you're pretty much straight hoodlum.
Oh yeah. And there had never been any consequences that showed up in my life that weren't actually kind of acceptable. Like, go to juvie. Cool. Meet more crime partners. Expand my
Hang out with the
my
homies.
hood rat family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Hang out with the homies and meet some people across town and see what they're into. Shit like that. So we had broken into this cop's house the year before and stolen a bunch of cash. He was a dirty cop, had some shit going on, and we got, I think, like $4,000 out of his spot the year before. And we decided it was time to go rob him again. And
He was due.
He was due. And we knew about it the year before because of his son. His son's like, when Dad hangs around these guys, next thing you know, I like walk from one room to the other and I'll see them with a bunch of cash on the table, and then, Dad's homies have been hanging around again. So we're like, oh, okay. So we went, as a standard, the guy was gone on Sundays. So we went over to the house, and live in a little stupid town where nobody locks their doors anyways. We knocked on the door first to make sure, and then Dad answered, and Dad was drunk. We're like, oh, is David home? He's like, no, he's in Petaluma. So the rest of the fellas were like, oh, all right, defeated. We'll have to wait till next week. This sucks. I'm like, hold up. We went down the street to the Round Table Pizza, got on the payphone, called. Actually, we all auditioned for see who had the lowest voice.
You idiots.
Called and said, because Dad was drunk. Sunday morning, already drunk. we called the house, said that David was in the emergency room in Petaluma. He had been hit by a car, and they needed him up there. And then we sat around the corner, watched his car, went on the street, and then we're like, all right, it's 15 minutes to get to Petaluma, probably 5 to 10 minutes for them to figure out what's going on, 15, 20 minutes back, let's go. Ran
And
through
he
the
just
creek.
saw you guys at his front porch. You guys didn't
Right,
put two and two
weren't,
together?
we weren't on the corner waiting. We
No,
were a
no,
little
but-
cooler than that.
You guys were just on his porch.
Yeah, we were just on his porch. And
That's some good thinking.
yeah, we're brilliant. That's why I got clean young, because I'm stupid. But broke into the house, didn't find any money. So next was the liquor cabinet. Grabbed a bunch of bottles of booze, and then found a lockbox, a little, I don't know, 6 by 16 by
lockbox.
12 lockbox. Took that and hit the gate, and there was 8 handguns with serial numbers scratched off and ground out, and they were throwaway guns. And
He was sitting on some illegal guns?
yeah, he was a dirty Sonoma County sheriff, and we distributed the guns amongst us and tried to figure out what we were going to do. Like, we were like, we need to sell these because none of us idiots should have guns. And
You had forethought about that, at least.
I knew, I was like, in the middle of the night, when somebody's holding out and they're not giving it up, I should not have the equalizer. So it's not proven, but my friend Rob John was killed by that cop.
Wow.
And his mother found him. And that was April Fool's Day, 1990. And a little small town, hood rat children that were always moving around in a group find Rob John dead with a firearm that with the serial numbers scratched out. They just went and found the rest of us. Like, all right, go find Jeff, go find
The rest.
Jason, go find Randy, go find, you know what I mean, go get the rest, the others. And I was in a continuation school, and some of the people I went to school with, if they were holding, they'd come get me, or if they were not holding and hoping I was, they'd come get me and give me a ride to school. And my sister's like, hey, you have visitors downstairs. So I was like, oh, okay. Figured it was the homies. And I walked downstairs, and the cop said, your friend's dead. Where's the gun? And I had some dope in my room, and I was like, knowing I was going to juvie, I was like, hey, can I go get my smokes out of my room? They were like, no. We just asked you where the gun is.
Did they
And,
find a gun at the body?
Yeah.
Is it the gun that he was killed with?
That's where it gets funny with me, right?
I mean, how
he
did
had
they
a
know that he had a
38
gun?
snub nose. The only ammunition he had was hollow point bullets, and he had a entry wound and no exit wound. Powder burns on his right hand, or no, powder residue on his right hand. He was a left-handed kid, and a 38 snub nose against your head would enter and exit.
Yeah.
So it looked to me like he got shot with a .22 and had some gunpowder rubbed on his hand or something. You know what I mean? So anyways, the cop died mysteriously died 3 days later.
The cop did?
Yeah,
3 days later.
3 days later.
Somebody shut him up
Yeah.
to close
Somebody
the
was
ring.
like, we don't kill children. You got to go. I think that's how that went for
Yeah,
that,
and they
that
closed
sheriff.
they closed the loop.
Yeah, they closed the loop on that one.
Fuckers.
And, you know, I think about it now, it's like, I didn't ask who's dead. I didn't ask I just knew I had dope in my room and I was going to jail. I was going to juvie.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to bring some with me. And when the rest of the usual suspects, when we all were done processing and in the same space again, first questions amongst was like, did you bring anything? Were you able to tuck anything? And because we didn't give a shit about each other or what the consequences were. And it was like one day at a time, used badly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Your friend just got killed, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Rob John got killed. And it was like we didn't have much experience with that. We were fucking children.
That's some heavy shit.
Yeah. And 8 felony weapons charges each. 'Cause,
You each got 8 charges?
yeah, well, there was 8 weapons recovered.
How did they know that there was more guns? Do you think the sheriff?
I don't know that they knew there was more guns. I think that there was ammunition for guns that were not present where Rob John was found dead.
Wow.
And this is how smart my homies were. They had decided they were called the Four Horsemen.
This is your
Old
homies?
Metallica song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? The Four Horsemen. There was 5 of them that got HM that they tattooed on their
Hand.
right between the thumb and index finger. HM 4HM. There was 5 of them
They're smart.
that got the Four Horsemen tattooed. Yeah, really, we were a,
Brilliant little
real think tank
street
of
crew.
Yeah, but they rounded us up, and that's what they came up with, and that's what we had because we weren't like, well, hide this in a good place. It was like under my socks. Yeah, so they gave me. At that point I'd already been to an outpatient treatment center. I've been to youth substance abuse program. I had part of my probation.
This is prior to the arrest.
Correct.
Yeah, got it.
Prior to the arrest. I had been kicked out of 3 schools. They'd sent me to the youth substance abuse program. I'd gone to an outpatient treatment center. At one point, my mom was working at a rehab for Teamsters, and they made it part of my probation to go to work with her every Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I said, go to Vista de la Vida out in Strawberry and have truck drivers yell at me about what a moron I was on Wednesdays. And then we'd go
And
to a
that
meeting.
worked, huh?
Super worked. Yeah.
Scared Straight. I always see those shows, and I was like, I watch the show
Get a
and I
kick out of
plot
it.
on how to stab that guy after he walks out.
Right.
Because I grew up 2 older brothers, and that was like my MO was to ambush.
Right, yeah. Get
Because
'em
I
when they
can't
weren't
take them
looking.
1-on-1, but I'll fucking sabotage your life.
Yeah, mine was the other one. I would fuck your girlfriend. I wouldn't actually be violent to you. I would steal from you, and I'd fuck your girlfriend or your sister or something like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't much of the wet work kind of guy.
Yeah, way more productive that way.
So
Right.
you're arrested, a bunch of weapons charges. What happens?
They gave me the option to go to inpatient treatment or a group home because they were like, we don't want to put them in the California Youth Authority yet.
It's not a good place to send kids.
Well, it'd probably be
Gladiator
your career
school.
choice.
Yeah, you don't come back from that usually.
Right, yeah. You don't
Like
you don't come out better.
survive, but it's just a
Right.
revolving door.
Right. So I was like, if I end up in a rehab, I'm going to, and I don't get clean or stay clean, it's probably going to kill my mom. And I don't want to, group home? Fuck it. Send me to a group home. So I went to a Good Samaritan group home out in Rancho Cordova.
God damn it.
What?
That was still around?
Yeah.
I went to Good Samaritan
Nice.
in Rancho Cordova.
Did
the
you?
same fucking house.
The one that behind the Circle K?
Oh, I don't
Two-story
remember.
house?
Yes.
2-story house, had a pool in the back?
Yep. That's the one.
Nice.
We went to the same fucking group home?
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous.
Dude, that's
Like
my
17 kids and like 2 counselors. Usually
Yeah.
one of them's an old lady.
my first tattoo was at that place.
Nice.
Yeah. Homemade ink.
Yeah.
You guys just
Burnt
touched
checkers?
tips.
Huh?
You guys just touched tips.
Are we docking right now? Are we docking?
Yeah, but what year were you there? I mean, if you could remember.
1990.
Jeez. I was like in 83, I think.
Yeah.
So quite a few years earlier, but still, I couldn't believe that the place was still around.
Oh, yeah.
Good Samaritan Group Home.
Yeah, good Sam. Behind the Circle K, and they had Stylin's motorcycle shop next door to that.
Yeah, I just remember like hanging out with this girl over the bridge, over 50.
Yeah, there was another group home for chicks not far from.
Yeah, I don't
From that
know.
one.
Jeez, what a
They had a
what
trampoline.
What a trip.
Don't
Anyways.
hit that thing with a black light.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I go to this group home, and when I was locked up, this is one of the first indications. Well, not one of the first. I kind of had a pretty good idea, but I was also like, I don't want to stop, and if I wanted to, I could. I had signed up for the proficiency examination to get out of high school because I was like going to this.
While incarcerated.
No, before the incarceration, before
Okay.
the beef. And I was going to take the thing so I could get out of this continuation school. I was like, I should just go to work because this is stupid. I just hang out here and sell drugs to these other idiots with me, and like this is a waste of time. So I set up for take the proficiency examination, and I was like, all right, the night before, I'm just going to hang out, drink a beer or two, smoke a little weed, be
No
be
party.
in bed before not partying, so I could wake up early, go take this test, crack a beer, crack a second beer. Somebody shows up with some tequila, and I end up on a walkover bridge in Potrero Hill. Like, I'm a kid with no car. I mean, I could steal cars, but I didn't that night.
How'd you get to the city?
I got around. I made shit happen. I ended up like on a walking past, like pedestrian walkover bridge in Potrero Hill with a guy we called Mongo. I had ripped up a matchbook, told some fucking tourist it was acid, got some money, bought some. I'm like, next thing you know, I'm on the first bus out of the city coming back home so I can make it to this test. And I'm running from the freeway to Terra Linda High School where the test was being given. And the guy pulls over, he goes, "What are you running from?" I'm like, "I'm not running from, I'm running to. I got to go take this test." He's like, "Oh, I'm going to go take the test too." So I jump in with him. He's like, "Want to smoke a joint?" "Well, of course. So, and then I'm like, I go in and I take this test. I end up like, I finish the test, end up leaving with some girl to go to her house to steal some booze. It was just like, once something
madness.
started, it was just fucking on and cracking. And it was like 3 days later. And I'm like, I just wanted to like have a beer and smoke a joint and go take this test.
That's
So then later,
So you-
I pass this test, and I'm in this group home, or they're telling me I can go to this group home because at the group home I could take college classes. If I go to the rehab, I have to take high school courses in order for them to be funded. And I was like, I don't need to go to high school anymore, so send me to the group home.
So you're clean from the day you get arrested at this point, correct? Because that's your clean date is the day your friend died.
No, it was
Oh.
a year later when I got clean.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, 1990. Rob John
Since
died. 91. I got
group
clean.
home is all after your friend's
it.
death.
Yes,
Yeah.
Until the year.
you're right.
Within this last year.
Yes. So I go from juvie. My hair's like down to where I could almost tuck it into my back pocket. They tell me I got to shave my head to go to this group home. And
You're
I was
kidding.
pissed. Good Sam made me cut my hair, dude.
No.
I was pissed. And I go there and I enroll in American River College. I'm taking 12 units and I'm doing all right. I got a job like at the mall. I don't even know which mall. I had a girlfriend that was 21 that lived like 6 blocks from the group home, who would then give me a ride to American River College, and then I would leave class and go over to another girl's house, Marina's, and hang out at her house until about 10 to 6 when her dad was about to be home, and then I would take light rail back to Good Sam. And I was like, shit's good. Selling weed. I got a party ball in my room, like at all times, pretty much. When the Coors, remember the Coors party balls?
Jesus.
Yeah, some way back shit.
You don't know anything
I
about
have no idea what you're talking about.
It's basically like a like wine in a box, like wine in a bag, but it was beer.
Okay.
So stupid.
Huh?
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was just a way for them to save money on bottling.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, shit's good. And I'd write myself home passes and just go home and party and come back with a few sheets of acid and shit like that. So I thought everything was cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting arrested. I'm a full-time college student. I'm 16 years old. I got a job. I'm like, I'm not getting arrested.
So, yeah, in your mind, that seemed manageable.
Totally manageable. I'm like, I got a 21-year-old girlfriend on this side of town that gives me a ride to college. I got one who lives closer to the college. I go home, after school, I go and I fuck her. And then I come back to the group home and sell some dope, have a few beers, and go to sleep and do it all over again. And on the weekends, I go home. And they're like, you don't just write your own home passes, dude. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I'm not. Anyways, so I thought I was good. Then my PO showed up, said, we're going to court. I'm like, why are we going to court? Like, 6-month placement evaluation. Oh, okay. And then I go in and they're like, you're going to rehab. I'm like, I fucking shaved my head to avoid going to rehab, dude. And it was the inpatient portion of the program I had done outpatient for. So I was pissed because everyone who worked there had like detoxed on my couch or were like friends with my mom. So everyone knew my story and it sucked.
So you couldn't really get away with anything.
I couldn't bullshit the way
Where
I
was this at?
like to. In Nevada also.
Yeah.
Threshold for change. It's gone now. But it was boys and girls, maximum of 6 heads. And then we would go over to the Indian Valley College, College of Marin campus during the day for the outpatient and the inpatient kids to all do our thing together there. And I manipulated some of the outpatient kids to bring me dope. And
So you're doing drugs in rehab then?
yeah,
When-
because
when
I'm not
did
an
it-
addict.
Yeah, when did it all like build to the end? While you're in rehab?
Yeah. In rehab, my PO comes by again, and he's like, hey, man, somebody wants your bed, and you're an idiot. You're going to have to do prison time before it actually sinks in that the way you live is fucked up. And I was like, I had just turned 17, and I was like, he said, next week I'm coming back and I'm going to talk to your counselor, Gary. And if Gary says you're doing all right or doing exceptionally better, you can stay. If not, we're going to push because all the felony charges were still pending.
Jesus.
Suspended sentence. Did you
Yeah.
get convicted?
No,
It
but
just-
it was pending
Got it.
placement completion.
Yeah.
So I
They reserve the right to prosecute.
yeah. So
That's
then
fucked up.
Gary had me start memorizing the third set prayer. And at this point, like most of the kids in outpatient were not hooking it up, and my hustle had become stealing office products and huffing. So I was huffing whiteout on a regular. And then I was given this assignment, like, you got to memorize the third step prayer, the AA and the NA version, but I had to at least have one of them down. And I had it like written on the wall, beside my bed, on the back of the toilet seat, on the table where I ate, my assigned spot. Like, I had it everywhere, because huffing doesn't really help with memorization skills. Yeah. And I was sitting in rehab, 11:30 at night, March 31st, 1991, trying to memorize this prayer, because the next morning was treatment feedback, and my PO was coming in the afternoon, huffing a bag of whiteout and trying to memorize this prayer. And my roommate was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "We are huffing whiteout." He's like, "What do you mean, we?" I'm like, "You got felonies pending. I don't want you getting religion in the morning and fucking ratting me out. Here you go." And so he huffed a little whiteout, and I huffed a little whiteout. And while he was huffing it, I was sitting there going, man, if the counselor walks in right now, I'm definitely going to the California Youth Authority. And I've been locked up 364 days consecutively. I just turned 17. And if you count the other months and weeks, and like, I'm 17, I've already been locked up like 20 months. There's no way this is going to work out for me. So I was like, well, I'm going to get clean until I get out of here. I was like, well, maybe I'll stay clean until I turn 18 and I could shut the door on these felonies. And I was like, well, shit. If I wait till I'm 21, hell of people will trust me and I could rob everyone.
It's good thinking.
Yeah, right? So I was like, Then I'm like, I'm going to fucking stop for now. And when the benefits outweigh, if an opportunity shows up and the benefits outweigh the consequences, I'm going to then I'll get high. Knowing also that if there's any consequences, I'll get them. I mean,
yeah, with your
turned 5 in a body cast, like, got the shit kicked out of me on a regular. When the cops showed up to the party, everyone would flee and all the cops would find me and bonk me on the head and take me with them. It was like, if there's any consequences available, I get them. That's just my lot in life. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to not use right now. We'll see how it goes. And the next morning was April Fool's Day, 1991. And I went to the graveside of my dead homie. And his mom was there, still staggering and drunk. His brother had just gotten out of jail and was there pouring booze on the grave. And his older brother had, like, hopped the fence from a court-appointed treatment center, and he was there. And I remember watching Randy pour booze on the grave, and I was like, he doesn't have to do that anymore. You know? I was like, that shift of, yeah, dude, party.
And you hadn't got loaded that day.
I hadn't gotten loaded that day. And I was like, today's a good day to stay clean. I'll stay clean for Rob today.
So that was the first day.
That was the first day.
I was curious, like...
This is that third step prayer, dude.
Yeah, like, what was the transition, your mindset going, like, was it I'm curious, like, was it the fear? Like, fear of prison, fear of youth authority, fear of your life always going to be that. Like,
that was definitely
chaos.
there. That was definitely there.
Were you tired?
I was tired. I was like, I mean, it was also lots of selfish shit going on too. I was like, I want to eat steak. I want to fuck, not in a closet before the staff shows up. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do what I want to do, not with somebody telling me when to stand up, when to sit down, when I'm going to eat, when I'm not going to eat. If I'm going to be able to get a smoke break, I got to fucking do parlor tricks.
I didn't even realize I wanted to do all that stuff until I was doing all that stuff. That's pretty sweet. Like 17, like like
is, yeah.
recognizing like I want freedom. Like I want a different life than the one I'm living right now. I want different things. I was lost. Like no idea of what I wanted or anything until like I had some stuff for a little while and I was like, this is pretty cool. I don't want to fuck this up.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool to be able to to see that at that young. It's a big deal.
Well, it was almost like I was doing
to me it is anyway. That's how
right on. Yeah, I mean, it was almost like I was doing a year-long harm reduction condition. You know what I mean? Because before I got arrested, I was staying up 4, 5, 6 days, running around like a maniac, fucked up all day, every day. And then I was locked up. And I couldn't be fucked up all day, every day. So I was like kind of keeping a lid on it. The amount of...
it was slow conditioning.
Yeah, slow conditioning.
Yeah.
And then I was in rehab and I had to, like, the only time I could really get high was like huffing white out in the middle of the night. Because otherwise I'd be in trouble.
High class right there.
Yeah, that's, it's gangster shit, really. And I grew up in NA, so I wanted to be like one of these guys who had that story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so then I did time in Pelican Bay.
Yeah.
There was these one-eyed, seven-fingered fucking henchmen that were NA, because that's who I was, like, hoping to, like, not live through it, but have that story to tell someday.
Fucking Bob Berg stories.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
Albert.
Gnarly, hardcore, badass, safe cracking.
Right?
Hench, tough guys. You know what I mean? And instead, I'm like, last time I used...
It was whiteout.
Huffing whiteout. In a spot with unlocked doors.
Yeah.
That I felt like I was too scared to leave.
So
I didn't want more consequences. So it was like I had a year-long harm reduction condition going on. And then it was like I had enough exposure to NA from 8 until 17 that I was like, there is this other option that isn't absolutely lame. It's better than this shit.
Mm-hmm. So looking back, that first day that you got clean, if you look back on your life, did you ever see a correlation between the trauma that you suffered to the choices and like realizing that I got high and I'm not feeling those feelings anymore? Do you remember that? Or was it just all like a blur to you?
I don't remember going, I don't like the way I feel, so I'm going to use this.
Yeah. But looking back, you go, well, this trauma, I'm sure affected this. This trauma, like, like your mom loaded all the time, your dad, all these little traumas.
I kind of have an aversion to
putting those together.
Not putting those together, but blaming. It almost feels like it's a way to shirk responsibility for choices I made.
I guess
that's how my brain puts it.
Perception.
Because my mom's always been like, well, because of this happened when I was 6 years old, that's how I am now. And I'm like, that dude's dead. And if the book you read's right, he's burning in hell. So move on with your life. So, like, I've never felt, like, cool with, because this happened to me, I operate like this. I've never connected with that.
I understand that. Some trauma situations, looking back, you can go, oh, that makes sense. Like, me getting molested by a male child psychologist makes sense that I don't have any male therapists or trauma therapists or anything because I don't trust men.
Right. Yeah.
Because of that.
Right. Yeah. Then that's a logical connection. But my thing has always been like, I used, and I know that the circumstances of me growing up influenced.
That's a good word. Influenced
it, but I made those choices.
Yeah.
I was working with really awful information, But I made those choices.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe like if you knew better, you'd do better kind of thing.
I think so.
Yeah, that's how it kind of was for me too. Is like I didn't really like, I wasn't like consciously like, I don't want to feel this way, so I'm going to get loaded. But I knew I wanted to get loaded, and by proxy, I didn't feel that way anymore.
Right.
It wasn't like I was like trying to run from my feelings, but I just knew something's wrong. I want to get loaded. I want to get loaded, but it wasn't like I'm trying to.
Right. It wasn't
Right.
like this feeling will be fixed by this
Correct. Yeah.
action.
Yeah. I just was chasing the next high.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I remember making the connection for me was like this, like where you're at, the subconscious part. This had to all be explained to me.
Right.
But the subconscious part, it's the systemic use of drugs around not wanting to feel. I never put it together until somebody else pointed it out to me. Like, it was either from your childhood trauma, Kevin, you're going to commit suicide. That's normal because of that. But you found drugs. So drugs took away the suicide option. That made sense to me because before I found drugs, I wanted to commit suicide because of the
Right.
childhood trauma that I just,
Right.
so it took somebody on the outside to like paint that picture for me.
Right.
Which is hard for us to actually like pinpoint because NA conditions us to take our own responsibility.
Right.
But there is part of our childhood that we're not responsible for.
Absolutely. And that's I'm on board with that idea. Like in my head, people who are victims are like children
Yeah.
or blitz attack situations. Everybody else is a volunteer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel about like
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that there's stuff. Well, for me, I think there's stuff that I don't understand about how I work chemically, mentally, spiritually. There's things that happen on a level that I have not been able to fully comprehend. Like I'm not tapped into myself enough to recognize the depths of the damage that I have or the trauma or whatever you want to call it, and things that chemically happen, or maybe like some sort of PTSD, things happen that I just don't fucking, I don't get. Yeah, exactly.
Yet.
Yeah. And, well, a lot of the stuff that I've dealt with up to this point was a yet at one point.
Yeah.
So it's we keep doing the work or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah, Josh and I both have done trauma therapy. I'm back into it now for other shit from my childhood, but that was like pivotal for me to understand, recognizing that this part of my childhood conditioned me to react this way, and now I get to be the responsible adult and do something about this.
right.
Yeah. So your first day clean, you're in rehab.
In rehab, on a pass, at a gravesite.
not going to use because you're for your friend for one day.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet start, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was like, these are the results of that lifestyle. Because for me, it was harder for me to set aside the lifestyle and the attitude than the drugs. I liked, that was my identity. You know what I mean? Like, I was the long-haired fucking
Hooligan.
maniac,
Yeah.
hooligan, who was up for a good time and, like, was down to do anything and was crazy. Like, I was into that. Like, that was my identity. And I was like, so the fucking party's over. I was a little sad about it because I thought, like, oh, well, now I'll fucking be like my mom and I'll spit slogans and go to lots of meetings and just be an old dork, I guess.
Bring weird people home to the couch.
A square.
Yeah.
That's what I thought when I was
Totally.
17.
Yeah, I was like, fucking, like, but my mom also was, she was like kind of clicked up with all the clean and sober bikers, and so I saw it, but I was like, yeah, they're old as lames, but whatever. I don't want to be locked up forever, and that's what I got coming.
I can relate to that.
Yeah,
You
me
know?
too.
Kevin has a
I just told him all our cue cards.
little slew of questions that we typically like to go through after we kind of get through the trauma and the using and
And the mess.
yeah. I'll spin off on whatever, and then he tries to bring us back in to get through the questions that we
All right.
Well, we kind of already covered abuse. Were you, as a kid, I mean, you told us some of the trauma that you've been through. Were you ever like, did mom ever beat you or, you know, or any kind of abuse?
Well,
It doesn't have to be
I would-
physical. It could be
right.
like
Some of, I mean, there was lots of.
mental abuse.
I mean, I was
emotional.
a 4-year-old running around that led to me being struck by a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was lots of free
Neglect.
range children neglect. Mom was high and shit was crazy, and there was all kinds of people. Luckily, I never got whooped on. No one ever touched me inappropriately at that age. Later, getting high, when I was 12 or 13, a guy tried to go down on me when I was super fucked up, and I was like freaked out by it, and like he tried to be like, oh, where am I? Like he just came out of a blackout, and I was like, you're disgusting and need to get away from me.
At 12?
Yeah.
How old was he?
21, 22.
Oh.
He could buy booze.
Oh, yeah. So,
And there was rumors that this guy had
child
done
molester.
creepy shit on other young kids who were getting high. He would like make it a point to suddenly be very giving in the drugs, and then violate somebody. There was rumors, and I was like, "Yeah, he's never done anything." And then I was like, "Oh shit! Get out! Get away from me! Don't fuck with me no more!" And it freaked me out. But other than that, no, not too much of that.
we probably touched on most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remembered something. You just triggered some memory. There was a guy that was a counselor at the rehab that I went to when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
And he turned out to be a child molester and would hit on the guys. And he had done prison time, and it was a bad scene.
Yeah.
Bad scene. He never approached me, but quite a few of my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so what about when you first got clean? You had reservations.
Oh yeah.
Like you're 17.
Yeah.
Like if this happens, you talked about some of it. If this happens, I'm going to get loaded. Or
Right. Or when this heat dies down. Or
Yeah.
you know, when I've got time to plan
When
and
the
plot.
when the pros outweigh the cons.
100%. Yeah.
When I've built enough relationships to take advantage of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I plot and plan and it's worth it.
then you'll get loaded. Do you remember at all like when that changed? When you're like fuck it, I'm in.
That's a good question.
Well, my first sponsor, who was my first like real boss, who was also my mother's best friend's old man, who was also like a dude he was like all encompassing. He told me to keep something from everything I did, right? So like you go to a concert, hang on to the stub. Get yourself a little basket, put it in there. You go to, You know, you
Interesting.
go to a convention or you go to a Unity Day or something like that. Put something from it into a little basket. Because, like, me and my homies, at one point, we bought a van and we were going to, like, go to all these places all over the United States. Had a map and push pins.
In recovery.
No.
Before recovery.
Getting high.
Okay.
There was all
Dreams.
these places we were going to go see concerts at, and you know, we're going to go
Yeah.
to New York, and we're going to go to Chicago. We're going to go here, and we did tens of thousands of dollars worth of drugs in this van, and planning all these great adventures we were going to go. The van didn't have a motor, and we ended up like pushing it 4 blocks and trading it for an 8-ball. Like we never did anything. So when I got clean, and I was like, this is going to be lame. This is going to be boring. This is going to suck. My sponsor was like, why don't you just, like all the little things that you do, keep something from it that'll remind you of that thing you did. And I graduated from the treatment center. I ended up going to that treatment center and I took high school courses so I could get my GED, which was better than a diploma. So I graduated treatment, high school for the second time, and driver's training June 13th, 1991. And I thought, you know, all right, well, I'll be free. I can go get laid. I can eat steak. I could smoke a whole pack of cigarettes if I want to, not waiting for a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Freedom.
yeah. And the Bass Lake run, which was put on by the survivors,
Yeah.
was that weekend. So we went to the Copa.
Wait, this was 91?
91.
So was there a Diablo Valley chapter by
Yeah.
then? There was,
I think so. Yeah, TV was doing it. That's 5th chapter was still around.
Yeah, it was the 5th chapter.
Yeah, that was their run before the survivors took
Yeah.
it because the 5th chapter pissed off the Vagos and got shut down. The
in
Vagos.
Florida. Anyways, that's
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Right.
We don't need to
Side-
go down that road.
Yeah.
All I know is because my very first grant sponsor was the president of the 5th chapter in the Bay Area.
Right.
Peninsula.
My sponsor was involved with the San Jose chapter.
That's a trip.
Yeah.
Survivors as a biker club, I'm assuming.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was a 5th chapter. It was Clean and Sober Club.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was their run that weekend, and that was like the big one for Hogswoggle and all the
How many
others.
people were in this motorcycle club?
They were all over the United States, but as far as the Bay Area, there was at least 100.
It's pretty
Yeah.
significant.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
there was a bunch of other clubs too. So all these clubs would get together at the Bass Lake, which is outside of Yosemite, and
Okay.
it was great. So it was like, went to the Copa, graduated on Thursday, went to the Copa, which was like the cool kid, everybody who was in recovery hung out at this coffee shop. And I had very little caffeine for like 7.5 months while I was in the rehab. Had 2 double mochas and was like, fucking, woo, does this count? You know what I mean? I'm like,
Hair's
prankster
growing.
who had
Gacked.
not had any fucking,
Legal high.
legal, Christian crank. I was fucking necked those down like bam, bam. And I was like running the pool table. I was like, woo, this is great. And then I was like, I'm going to this fucking biker run thing. This is cool. So I brought like 2 t-shirts and 100 rubbers. And I was like, let's go get some fucking Scooter Tramp. And I came home with 2 dirty t-shirts and 100 rubbers and a fucking resentment. And and then I went to work with my sponsor, who had a whole hand-picked crew of speed freaks. And
When you say you went to work, you mean like step work or you mean like work
I was
job?
digging ditches and
Oh, got it. Okay.
dragging wood around a job site.
So
and he
what-
had like this Mr. Miyagi Karate Kid recovery thing. Like, let's talk about unmanageability. Go clean the shed. I'm like, what? How does this work? You know what I mean?
So what was the turning point where it was like, I guess maybe at what point did NA become a lifestyle and like staying clean was just what you were going to do?
Well, by the end of that first summer, I had gone from a little box that was like 4-inch by 4-inch
With your trinkets in
with
it.
my trinkets that were memories of cool shit I'd been doing, became like a lunch bag that then became a shoebox. And it was like, hey, dude, is the fucking party really over? Like, you've done more this summer than you've done your whole life up until this point, and you remember it.
That's
and
a
there's
great
less
lesson.
bruises,
Yeah.
and less scars,
cool. I
and
love
less
that.
arrests, and less, venereal disease. Well, probably not less venereal
No,
diseases.
that doesn't happen.
But that's kind of when I was like, okay, you know what? This is kind of cool. And I'm going to the same fellowship that my mom's clean in. And when I first show up, like, oh, that's Donna's son. Oh, look, oh man, that's who she's been crying about for the last 5-6 years.
So you get a
Like,
little bit of
oh,
recognition.
yeah. And by the end of that summer, my mom comes to me and they're like, oh, that's Jeff's mom. Instead of, oh, that's
The other
Donna's
way
son.
around. Yeah, that's cool.
And I was like, this is cool. You know what I mean? Like, this is all right. This is like on a regular, I got beat up. On a regular, I got hospitalized. On a regular, I got arrested. On a regular, I was like stranded and like having to like figure out how I'm getting out of
Wherever you got.
Alameda at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, how the fuck did I even end up here? And I'm like walking until I see a bus sign, and I'm like, how do I get back to Marin? Like, I'm in this little fucking cow town of Novato, and somehow I'm in fucking Albany right now. Fucked up 6 ways from Sunday, and I'm missing a shoe. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on? So none of that was happening, and I was going to concerts. I was going to campouts. I was going on all these cool things. I had a motorcycle. I had a job. I had money in my pocket that was mine. And it was cool. And I was like, this will be all right. You know what I mean? Like, this will be cool. There's a lot less consequences that I'm having to pay living like this. So I'll hang out for a while. And it was basically that first summer. Like,
So it was several months. It didn't take long.
no, didn't take long. And I was like,
Reservations started to kind of dissipate a little bit at that point.
yeah.
That's cool.
I mean,
That's pretty quick.
I did that first step with my sponsor, who was always one-upping me. Everything I did, he was like, that ain't shit. I've done this and this. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm trying to be enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was a real prick. But
I love that. He was a real prick.
he was. Rod. That was his, like, come on. Who's not
His
going to be a
name's
prick?
Rod.
A guy named Rod.
Do you have any reservations today?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you're doing recovery and it doesn't take you more than a couple months to get past reservations?
Well, April, May, June, still in rehab. But at that point, I was like, I want to get the fuck out of here. And I want to be done. And I'm like postponing taking my general education diploma tests so that I'm not, like, because if I finished that, they'd have to kick me out of there. And if I didn't complete treatment, I was going to go to the youth authority.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to be done with this shit, and I'll give it a shot. And then not long after getting out, I was doing all this cool shit all the time. And working and making money and totally occupied all the time. Because if I wasn't doing something good, I was scheming and plotting because I didn't know how. I mean, I'd been a hustler since I was fucking 6. You know what I mean?
One thing I appreciated about NA at the time was like NA youth was strong in the late 80s, 90s. I don't know about your area, but the Bay Area, like there was 40, 50, 60 kids within 25 years old that running around San Jose, Peninsula, San Francisco, East Bay.
There was
were
some.
mobbing.
There was some. And there was lots more AA. Like Icky Paw and
wow.
Aki Paw. There was a lot of those things. Like the International Council of Young People in AA and the All California Council of Young People in AA.
Yeah, I understand. AA's been around for
Right.
since BC.
It was like that when I got clean too. Maybe it's still like that. We just don't see it.
Because we're old?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not in
Yeah,
the
I'm not
we're
as-
not in the scene.
Yeah.
But when I got clean, I was the only one who was
Maybe
17.
it's never changed. Maybe it's just.
Yeah. All right. Good point, Josh.
It's
Yeah,
possible.
that is.
Good point.
It is. It could be. But like, there was nobody else who was 17 in Marin when I was there.
Really?
There was an AA, and I was like, I'll go to AA to the big Tuesday night Big Book Academy Awards. Everyone's
The
getting their
dog
chip.
and pony show.
The dog and pony show. I'll go there and I'll bang some girl who's mad at her dad because I still look the part. Long hair and some shitty tattoos, and I'll piss off your dad and get laid. I'm cool with that. But I was like, I'm going to stay in NA so that the next young dude who shows up is not the only dude.
That's
I'll be
awesome.
that guy. And it would look too much like a fucking Crest commercial. at
So,
the AA
so that
meetings
was your
for me.
reservations. They're gone.
Dusted.
You know? That's pretty quick. I'm impressed.
I did that first step like for real. I
Yeah.
was like, there is no illusion that I can use without it completely fucking exploding.
Did you stop? I was just curious because you're 17, 18, 19. In those first few years, did you stop committing crimes? I mean, don't tell us about crimes that you
No.
committed. Yeah.
There was a period of time I was doing commercial burglaries with 2.5 years clean. I had like my level of involvement. My first sponsor, Rod, had turned out he had been getting high for a little while, and his whole world exploded. And like he went from this dude who had a lot of stuff going on that I really thought was great to the whole contents of his life fit into an RX-7, and he was going to Colorado. And
So
I
he was
was
running away from
between
shit?
sponsors. Oh yeah,
Wow.
huh?
Wow.
Yeah, he was running away from shit, and I was like questioning everything that I had been taught by this man, and I was still had commitments and meetings, always been in service, but I would like show up to the Friday night meeting, fling out 60 chairs. Coffee guy would show up, and I'd be like, deuces, and I'd go take off. And I was stealing nitrous tanks and selling them to raves in the city, and burglarizing shit and really feeling dirty. And I was like, I'm doing all and not
So you-
acting the way I wanted to act.
Did you put two and two together that you're not getting high, but the crimes you're committing can put you back in? Or
Exactly. That's
send you to
what
prison?
put it together. I went to the Tuesday night men's meeting out in Fairfax, and I ratted myself out because I was like, if I don't stop this behavior, I'll be stopped.
Yeah. It'll get
And
worse.
I went to the men's meeting, and I was like, I've been clean for 2.5 years, and I've been doing fucking commercial burglaries, and I don't want to fucking go to jail clean.
Wow.
And I got my license when I was 17. I lost it before I was 18, and kept driving dirty for years. I went to jail repeatedly over
Traffic.
traffic shit because I was stupid, and I still was like, fuck the man, not realizing that also meant fuck me.
Yeah, I'll show them.
Yeah, I'll show them while I'm
So that your sponsor, like, that's reservations, checked off resentment. You're talking about your sponsor. That was one of your first resentments clean? Did you have a resentment with him after he, like, came clean and took off and pulled his shit?
I resented him. Nah, I mean, at that point, I had a lot of information about NA, and I was like, this dude's fucked up, and that sucks. But where it wasn't so much a resentment as I was questioning everything at that point. I was like, what is actually legit about what I learned from this man? What is this program what he's telling me it was? Because if so, why the fuck is he high?
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough experiences. It's like, yeah, you can know stuff and still make shitty choices.
Yeah, true.
You know,
So
I didn't have any reservations really ever, and I've relapsed. I didn't have a single. Not even in the beginning did I. I was never like,
If this happens.
yeah, I never did that. I was like, I'm fucked up, dude. I can't do drugs. I don't want to do drugs. I just don't want to do them. Period. And
then you don't.
done a lot of work, and I still fucking got a lot of experience, a lot of information, and still make bad choices.
Right.
It fucking happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird too, because in my head, like when I think about when I got clean, it's still when I first came to NA. It's not like it. I don't think about like, oh, I fucked up then, or I fucked up then. It was like I'm still like when I say when I got clean.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people when I got clean. I'm thinking about,
The very first time.
yeah, 2016, 2017 when I like found NA. Oh, I don't know.
It's just different. People have different perceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's funny because I'm the opposite. Like, I got clean at 17 in rehab and stayed clean for a year and a half. And I went to meetings, but I didn't get a sponsor. I didn't work the steps. I didn't do any of the other stuff. I wasn't in service. I just went to meetings. And I just was like, I was dry for a period of time. I didn't really join NA.
Right.
And so, in 86 is when the last time I got loaded. So that's when I think about, like, I was a member of Narcotics Anonymous then. The other time I was just
I
in
guess maybe
motion.
that's when it is. Is like when maybe like I decided like this is where I need to be at.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
It sounds like that. Yeah, that's a good perception there.
Yep.
So what resentment did you carry for a very long time that you've overcome today? Was there any childhood, like your mom or dad or
Yeah. I
childhood
mean,
shit?
I'm not a terribly resentful person, but
Not today, but you have to go
even
back
like
and think about it.
What was a big one? If you look back at the full scope of recovery, like what was a big
I
resentment?
mean, I had a big one with my mom that I probably still have some of that. And it was like, I came to an understanding where I'm like, all right, I understand you did your best, and your best sucked. You know what I mean? Like,
So kind of still fuck you.
kinda.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, I know you did your best, and your best sucked. Like, I feel like I've been raising my mom for like the last 25 years.
Yeah. I think I need to rewrite this question because a lot of times when I ask this question, it's people have been in the recovery for a while and they go, "Oh, I don't have any resentments anymore." And I'm like, "No, so go back to the very first day you were clean and think about all the resentment because
I
know
fucking
tons
hated
of us
everybody.
yeah,
But I didn't understand. I mean,
not today.
Right.
First day
I'm just
clean.
saying, like, when I fucking hated the cops. I hated my
yeah.
fucking mom.
Resentment.
I hated fucking schools. I hated every mechanism of control. Everything that got even the slightest difficulty of me being able to do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Oh yeah, that's a good definition.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that too. That's how I felt.
Anybody and anything that
I still feel like that sometimes. I got shit I want to do, and this is fucking it up, dude.
Yeah,
Right?
people are in my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
If people just fucking relax. And I didn't have the understanding that my behavior affects others. I was always like, fuck, let me be fucked up. Just get out of my way.
Normal everyday responsibilities have been doing that to me lately.
You resent that?
Yeah, I do. Like going to chair a meeting the other night. I'm like, I need to be doing research on these things that I'm obsessing about right now, or
Yeah.
I want to be staring at the ceiling. I'm laying in bed, or I don't want to be driving this far. This is fucking stupid.
So a lot of it is centered around self.
Yeah, for sure. And I wrap it up. I fucking wrap it up
Nice
with a
little
pretty little
bow.
bow. Yeah. Like, dude, you've been fucking working really hard. Like, you deserve to, do some of whatever you want. Like, relax a little bit.
Yeah,
Or every bit of relaxation that you can get, you should take it. because otherwise you're not going to have any energy for the next thing that comes up. So I've been getting resentful like on little shit that I like doing. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's a
sorry.
vicious cycle.
Yeah, a little side shoot there.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it. Yeah. I mean, even when the podcast was first starting, I was sitting here, I was like, oh, I would rather be at home. And then as it progressed, I'm like, this is why I'm here right now.
You
like,
show up.
Yeah, because it starts to fuck. I
Right.
get through that little.
The cobwebs.
Yeah.
Hang up.
Yeah, I hear you. The so like that was a lot of people that you resented.
Yeah.
So you kind of get the concept. Like, was there one big one at that time, or was just all of them? Authority. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, like, but in a way, I also had
Any sort of.
but I think about it now, like, I'm glad there was, like the gift of desperation.
Yeah.
Like, if there was no consequences,
You'd
fuck,
be dead by now.
I'd be totally fucking dead.
Yeah.
That takes what it takes.
Yeah, because that concept for me, at least when I was 17, before I was charged as an adult, I looked at everybody that was an authority figure in my life had caused me harm. The cops, my parents, the group home. I was in like 5 group homes and emancipation home and rehab, and so I've been in the system since I was 15 years old.
Right.
And I resented all authority.
Yeah, fuck everybody. You guys are fucking up what I want to do.
Well, the
Any
adults
ki-
caused me so much fucking harm.
Right.
Any kind of opposition to selfishness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
And then,
responsibility.
Yeah,
and then
fuck
crooked
that.
cops too. Just like, because I grew up as a kid thinking, okay, cops are like the ultimate
Authority.
pure, do no wrong authority, until I started interacting with them as a teenager, and I'm like, holy shit, you guys are fucked.
You guys are scumbags
up.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just as
What
bad.
about resentments today?
I'm trying to finalize a divorce. And
How long were you married?
just like 27 years.
just just like
My whole adult life.
All right.
I met her at the Monday night fuck no meeting at the Henry Olaf House in the Haight, San Francisco, June 12th of 1995. And I married her in 96, June of 96. And we were together until January of 24.
So this is still pretty fresh.
Oh, yeah.
So your resentment is towards her or yourself or both?
the
Both.
process.
Both. Okay. The
Both.
process. Yeah, that too. Could be the state too. California is tough to get a divorce in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to some of that where I always wanted to be, growing up with my mom and no men around the house, like, got to be a man, got to do whatever.
The right thing.
The right thing and the masculine thing, and not having an example to be like, I'm definitely not going to be like that, or an example of I should be like this. I thought I was doing the right thing the whole time. I thought I was doing my very best. I thought I was, in sickness and in health and honoring my commitment.
You're talking about riding it out even though it wasn't what you should have been doing is what you're saying?
Riding it out regardless of behavior that was, it should have been over sooner.
Yeah.
So you were in the relationship past its expiration date.
Way past.
that hurts, dude. It's fucking
Yeah.
but hindsight 2020, man. I mean,
It's not even hind yet. That's the hard part.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Still present.
you recognize it now. You were in it past its expiration, and I'm sure that resonates with you. You feel that,
Right.
yeah. Like having that knowledge to move forward with. Like I won't do that again.
Right.
That's a big fucking deal.
It is. And
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have a level of acceptance about consequences. You fuck this up, you get a consequence.
We call that the tab.
Yeah.
Pick up the tab, yeah.
But when, you know, like, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, right? Like, I get that. I broke my back in 5 places last year. I was playing stupid games. I got stupid prizes. When
How did you do that? Sidebar. What happened?
rolled a dune buggy 5 times
Where were you?
at the Manzoni shit show.
What is that?
You'll have to look that up.
Yeah, it's fucking
Do a
awesome.
YouTube search.
Yeah,
Manzoni shit show?
that's right.
Where, geographically, where is this at?
Between Vallejo and Sonoma.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is sand dunes?
No, just mud.
Okay, got
Some
it.
hillbillies with a little bit of land, a tractor, and a water truck, and they go, "Bring $20, sign the waiver, fucking go for it."
Do stupid shit.
Yeah, do
Okay.
stupid shit. It was awesome.
So what you
It was
ju-
absolutely awesome until it
Not.
got fucked up. Then it was absolutely awful.
Did you jump it? You jumped or
Oh, yeah.
rolled?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Did
And
your
it was
axle
awful.
snapped? Would you flip? How'd you break your back?
5 compression fractures.
So you
I
slammed.
rolled. I hit the jump sideways
Oh,
and rolled like 6 to 8 times.
Oof.
And
That's hitting your vertebrae.
that's vertebrae on vertebrae. Like if you stack skateboard wheels
Yeah.
and then hit the top of them with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Compression fractures.
I got some of those in my neck.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What started this? You were doing stupid shit, got stupid consequences.
Right.
Yeah.
So the
stupid shit,
consequences.
stupid prizes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got
So
it.
you play stupid games, you
We're
get
back.
stupid
We're back,
prizes.
everybody.
All right. Rewind. Like I'm cool with consequences based on choices I make.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of consequences for choices I did not make.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the hard part I'm having with, hence the resentment with the ex, is that like I truly feel like I did the best I could. And unlike my mother, my best did not suck. Like I'm a good man.
So you got 2 kids?
I have
with
2
her?
sons. Yeah. I'm a good man. I'm a good husband. I looked out for her. I took care of her. When choices she made exploded, I would clean it up.
So you feel like you got the shit into the stick.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And it's not over. And it's
When you say it's not over, you mean like the legal
Paperwork?
aspect of it
the
isn't
legal
completed?
aspect. We're still fighting over
Assets.
assets.
Yeah.
We're still fighting over
How old are the kids?
21 and 27.
At least they're
They're out of
adults.
they're adults.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's nice. The hard part is that everything that I mean, I used to sleep in my truck. When I was a kid, we were like couch surfing as, you know, and then making shitty choices when I was clean and ended up between houses and, you know, shit like that. So taking care of business the way I've taken care of business the whole time that I've been married and the whole time that I've been a father is I built it for the family. And the way the court sees the world and our assets is the kids are over 18, fuck them. They're not to be considered in this, and she gets half of everything regardless of her contributions,
Unless you have a specific prenup.
which we don't. We had nothing.
Kids.
We had a pack of smokes and a burrito when we got together. You know what I mean?
Sweet,
And we were
dude.
sharing both.
Yeah.
You
We're
know.
still kids.
Yeah, we were fucking children. So
I still share burritos.
yeah. So
What do you do for work?
I'm a general contractor.
Nice.
remodeling, and
He builds shit.
Yeah, I get it.
I build good shit.
Josh does. He's an electrician.
Nice.
Yeah. C10.
Right on.
Yeah.
I don't do shit.
Nice.
He
Even
talks.
better.
He talks shit.
Yeah, there's that. So yeah, there's the current resentments is the ex. And
Yeah. So let me ask you this: that's a current resentment, and you recognize it, and you're not acting out on that resentment, right? You're not causing harm because of that resentment.
Correct.
Because
You're just feeling it.
yeah.
So is it safe to say that the resentment towards yourself is the past expiration?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the resentment, sometimes I get mad that I've been clean this long and I still get treated like a sucker and I allow it.
Yeah. That's as soon as you said
Boundaries are fucking tough,
no.
dude.
All I heard was
Fuck.
when you started saying that, that's an expectation. If as soon as you say I've been clean this long and
Right.
expectation,
Totally.
you could have one day or 39 years and still have the same thought process.
Absolutely.
I get it. All right. So that resentment.
There's a little bit of insanity there for you, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about fears? We're going to talk about fears. So
Okay.
tell us about one of your biggest fears in early recovery. There, like, for example, when people get clean, fear of failure, fear of getting loaded, fear of prison, fear of, and then
Fear of not being able to stay clean.
yeah, fear if.
Fear that the party was over and my life was going to be fucking lame.
Dude, but you had a pretty cool little deal with your sponsor in that basket.
Yeah.
I fucking like that.
I did too.
idea.
That's why I said it. I was like, that's good. And
Yeah.
because of psychologically what that will do for somebody early in recovery. Like,
Yeah.
here is because
Evidence.
I forget. I literally forget whole chunks of my life. Like every once in a while, I'll recall something.
You go, oh, all right. I haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah, shit just disappears from me. But if I had a little box,
Yeah, of evidence.
there would be memories tied to those items, and I would be able to live through those items, and it would
Yeah.
fucking matter.
Yeah, it does. It's
Yeah.
killer.
Do you still have a box?
No.
Okay. Do you have that box of stuff? Have you lost that along the way somewhere?
No, but I do. Like, if you can, you should. My apartment's super dope because I've been single for the first time. In, like,
super dope.
it is
Got a bunch of
fucking-
man shit going on.
Dude, I do. I got skateboards on the wall. I got a fucking checkered bedspread. I got fucking posters, music, concert posters on the wall.
Do you have a race car bed frame?
I should. I have a checkered comforter.
That's what you're.
Close enough.
I can just imagine a fucking race car as the
Oh
bed
yeah.
frame.
Oh yeah.
What is that, grandma?
I have race cars
grandma's-
in the garage.
Grandma's boy. What kind of cars do you have? What do you race?
I do endurance racing.
And-
I got a 1983 Rabbit
Okay.
and I got an 88 Jetta.
Okay.
They're caged and
So when
They're
you
fun.
say endurance racing, is that like a car version of a Baja?
kinda.
Okay.
At the end of the event, it's how many laps you did versus how many laps they did.
and are these laps like
They're like Sears Point, like 5 mile laps, and
so it's something that's each track's going to have a different size lap,
yep.
and then a race just gets sanctioned somehow, and then there's a bunch of people that go out and do it. Are you self funded, or do you have sponsors, or are there sponsors involved? Is this a big thing that a lot of people do? Is there eyes on it? What does it kind of look
A lot
like?
of questions right in
Yeah.
a row.
Yeah, I mean they all kind of tie to each other. Though it felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just says, yeah.
Was that too many? Should I just pick one?
Well, there's a larger story that goes with it. That's part of my extension of service.
Yeah.
Oh, service in the program led into this?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's hear it.
Interesting.
So, my father was a veteran, ended up disabled. We never really connected in the way that I would have liked to have. I'm I'm a fatherless father, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I have 2 sons.
Yeah,
Right?
I got you.
And I started racing. I started hanging around. I've been interested in racing forever. Started hanging around the racetrack, and when I was making a bunch of money, working out of state and doing all these other things, I got an opportunity to meet this disabled veteran nonprofit and some of the people in it, and I built a hand-controlled race car for these veterans.
Nice.
So these guys that are amputees or paralyzed could go out and race on the racetrack with us. 24 Hours of Lemons is the circuit. It's supposed to be a $500 car, and then you put the safety shit in it and brakes.
Those are cool races. Yeah, I don't know if you ever get
Uh-uh.
a chance.
You
You
should
look
check
up
it
the
out.
Lemon
It's
race.
awesome.
Okay.
You should actually come out. Second week of December, we're going to be at Sonoma.
I'll get your number after this.
Yeah, yeah.
Send me a link.
I will.
Okay.
So,
I'll go with you because I
Yeah.
love like doing photo shoots at the track.
oh yeah, that'll be
I'll
good.
do a photo
And you
shoot.
can meet my son too.
There you
He's
go.
also a
Second
photographer.
week of December.
Second weekend of December.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it. That's
December
right. That's right
13th.
before my second surgery. So
Good.
I'll be available.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got involved with this veteran nonprofit, built a race car for them, Volkswagen GTI 2.0 turbo, DSG transmission, because when you don't have feet, you can't do much in the manual. And I wanted to show my boys about the benefits of service, and they don't need to be in Narcotics Anonymous or any other 12-step fellowship. And this is a way that we could do it. And it's like worthy of being of service. You know, it's like these disabled vets should have somebody looking out for them.
Yep.
And so I started this veteran race team and brought my boys out, and I've been doing that. I had been doing that for up to 7 years. Until the end of last year, when some shit went down with some of the other people in the organization, and I departed that team. So it was like divorce, and then something I had been like really championing for 7 straight years.
There could be
And
resentments
also-
in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, there's resentments in there.
All right.
Yeah. But I'm also like, you know,
Yeah, you're over it.
a snake is a snake. You know,
Yeah.
the person I was fucking with that I'm mad about was a snake when I met him. He still is, and my tolerance level.
So you're
went down.
racing.
Yeah, but not only is it that like all the kids that grew up in my backyard are volunteering, and they're all better people as a result of being a part of this and knowing about being of service and feeling that juice that we get when we're of service.
That's pretty
That was
cool.
the idea. you
That's
know?
pretty cool.
And in that we succeeded. you know?
So that is a great example of the pebble in the pond and the ripple effect. Because you learned service in the rooms,
Yep.
and you took those principles outside of the rooms, and you taught your kids and everybody around you, and now you get to see all that positive shit happen outside of the rooms. It's a great feeling.
It is.
I love
It's
that.
incredible.
Yeah, super cool. And so biggest fear,
Taking something that you're passionate about and being able to show up.
and share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and share it and do positive things with it.
Yeah.
So what was your biggest fear?
When I first got clean, my biggest fear was that my life was going to be boring and lame.
Right.
What about today?
Did you even
Today, my biggest fear would be that my youngest son, who's not talking to me, chooses not to. And continues, like,
How heavily does that weigh on you?
it's fucked up.
Yeah, like losing sleep, regular basis, it's a problem, like on a day-to-day basis, or does it come in waves?
It's always there, but it spikes up on occasion. I'm not necessarily losing sleep because,
Is he doing okay? Just
Yeah.
not communicating with you?
yeah, he's doing
that's
okay. And it depends on whose version of okay, but he's doing okay.
Well, based on your standards, if he's doing okay, it probably means he's not fucking it off entirely.
Correct.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And through his older brother, I still get like,
updates,
secondary, updates, and
We've
I
got
get a
that
little
going.
info.
We've got that going on in my family too.
Yeah.
I've got siblings that don't talk to certain people, and relationships that are strained, and family's tough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that briefly before the thing. Like, we got, family with us and like living with us, and I love my family, all of them.
Don't want to live with them necessarily, though.
I mean, it comes in waves.
Right.
It comes in waves.
Yeah. I'm thinking about your conversation we had earlier about your son and, my oldest son for like a year didn't talk to me, and I was doing the same thing you were doing, like sending texts.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, on a regular basis, just checking in.
Right.
And then finally my oldest son texts back, "Yeah, I love you too, Dad. We'll talk soon." That's after a long period of time. And then eventually we had a conversation, and it was like, he got his feelings hurt, and he held on to that. And it was absolutely justified.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I don't know.
Right.
So I didn't know how I hurt his feelings until a year later when he told me how.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm up in the air, so I know that feeling. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
hard, huh?
it's really hard, and it goes back to that, like, I am understanding that you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. I'm cool with consequences when I've done
The shit, yeah.
the thing that I'm getting a consequence for. But when I don't feel like guilty as charged, I got a fucking problem.
So, do you know why he's not talking to you, and that's why that's why you're struggling with it, because you don't feel like it's deserving, or because you have no idea why he's not talking to you? If you don't mind me asking.
No, that's fine. He has given me his reasons, and I feel like they're ex-wife fueled. Like,
got it.
Oof.
yeah, and you know what I mean. And then there's also a bunch of other factors.
Who is his biological mother?
Correct.
Yeah, and you can't. You don't want to.
I don't want to undermine that.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
pit anybody against each other. Do the
Right.
same thing she may be doing.
Parental disassociation.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. So you're doing the best thing you can. Probably is just letting it play out. That fucking sucks.
I mean, for a while, I was sending him a text message like every week and a half. I miss you and I love you. And then on his mother's birthday, I texted him and said, I miss you and I love you. I hope you do something nice for your mother today on her birthday, because he's
a kid.
He's a
still.
young man who's a ding dong who's probably gonna space out on her birthday. So I'm like promoting that. Sent the same thing to his brother, Jake, my older son, Jake. Hope you miss you and I love you. Hope you do something nice for your mother on her birthday today. Like, it's a reminder, right?
I still do it with my kids.
Yeah,
and he wrote.
My parents are divorced, and my dad did that fucking this year.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna call your mom today, aren't you?
Yeah. So my younger one that's not talking to me wrote back, if I get one more I miss you and I love you text, I'm going to fucking block you. I've heard it, you've said it, and I don't fucking care.
Oh.
Leave me alone.
That hurt.
That fucking sucks, right? And then I waited for a while, and then I texted him, like a while, like 3 weeks instead of like every 8 or 9 days when I was texting him before. So I'm not trying to upset you. I'm trying to let you know I'm always going to be your father, always going to be my kid. And when you're ready to communicate, I'll be here.
And left it at that?
And left it at that. Because, you know,
even if he does block you at that point, at least like that's out there, and then it's on him.
Right. And I was talking to a therapist because I'm like, I'll take any help I can get. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Get alternative perspectives to this stuff because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. The therapist that I was talking to has been doing it for over 35 years, and she was like, you're doing exactly what you should do because you're making like an actual impression in this kid's psyche that he never has to feel absolutely alone. And you're doing, even if he never accesses it, you are doing him a service by letting him know that no matter what, you'll always be there.
And also taking the higher road as far as like not playing into the it's like a sacrifice. Like, okay, I may be getting the shit into the stick based off of your interactions with your mom, and I see that, and I'm also not going to play into that at all.
Right. I'm going to continue to be the grown-up in the room.
I'm here for you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did fear of some kind affect the way you interact in relationships? Like
Did you say did it or does it?
Does
Did
fear?
it do? Did it
Did
do
it, or
something?
does it?
Did it do?
Stop it.
Did it do?
Does
Yeah,
he?
like, are you gun shy?
Did he do
Did
that?
it do?
For me, I had fear going into relationships after my ex-wife and the relationships before that because they were all toxic, and they would use information against me. You know, like, yeah, it's just, and so going into the relationship with my wife now, Jen, I always had that fear that she would like use information against me, and that never happened. Or any fear like that.
I got abandonment issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For me,
it's tough to think about.
well, no, I mean, I have fears that, you know, some of my brain starts telling me like bad information. My brain will give me bad information.
For
based
example?
on
Yeah, give me
For
what kind
example-
of information are we talking about here?
bad information like they're all fucking sisters. They're all fucked.
They're all fucking sisters.
And
like all the women talk
all
to
the
each
women
other,
in the world,
and
all the women in the world are all fucking sisters, and they're all
we're
just
trying to understand what that
opportunists.
means.
All opportunists that are going to take advantage of me.
You're just generalizing women as
Yeah.
a whole based off of the
Yeah.
experience of this relationship.
Like, you know, like the knowledge of old poets. Like, fuck all these hoes. Like Tupac and NWA and Eazy-E. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Do you still
Bitches
believe
ain't
that?
shit but hoes and tricks. Is that what
yeah,
we're talking about?
yeah,
here?
stuff like that. Anything goes when it comes to hoes because pimping ain't easy.
Yeah.
But you don't believe that still.
I don't, but my brain is stuck on
Not wanting to go through that again.
not wanting to be taken advantage of, unappreciated, made to feel like I've fucked something up.
That might be tied to this resentment to self,
Yeah.
because essentially all that stuff is correctable with awareness and boundaries. Because I recognize going through that, like the last couple relationships I got into before the one I'm in now, where it's like I deserve better than that. Like I'm not want to go. I'm not going to play that. This is done.
Right. Well, I've adopted. It's like I got clean. It was like I don't take anything, right? So that means it started with I don't take drugs, and then it became I don't take anything that isn't mine. I'm going to stop stealing, and then I'm not going to take anything I haven't earned, or I'm not going to hustle and manipulate in a way that is I don't feel is honest. And,
Yeah.
And recently I've taken on the idea of not going to take anything I haven't earned in shitty behavior, people treating me not good. Like, that's where that's the part. It's like, that's what I would tell to my my youngest son who's not talking to me. I haven't earned that, dude. You don't get to fucking talk to me that way.
Gotcha.
I haven't earned that. I'm not going to continue to allow this. And that's how, because from 21 years old until 3 weeks before I turned 50, I was with one woman, didn't cheat on her, didn't entertain other relationships with women in any romantic way or any of that kind of thing. And I was solid in that regard. And I was in one other relationship before I met the girl I'm with now, Jen. And there was behavior that I hadn't earned. And I told her that, like, hey, that has to stop because I didn't earn this. And if that's not something you can understand, then that's okay. But this will be done now.
Do you feel that with Jen?
What's that?
That fear?
I feel just like the fear of the unknown is more of the fear. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what is going to happen in her life and how I'll respond to it. I don't know what's going to happen, what's next in my life.
From the time you've been with her, you don't fear that she's going to treat you the same way as the other women did?
No, she's rad.
That's not her personality.
No, and she and I have so many similarities in how we operate in our relationship, where the other half of the relationship was the recipient of all kinds of service and and earnest, honest, loving, caring, effort to keep the family going. That was just sort of taken for granted and discarded and shit like that. So she and I are both really
kind of bonded over that.
Yeah. And we're really good to each other as a result, and really appreciative when the other person, recognizing the effort.
That is very cool.
Is awesome.
So maybe the fear might be there, but it's not as a result of her and what she's doing.
Correct.
Yeah.
The fear is that
you're able to recognize that, you don't feel like she's going to hurt you, but you think something could happen, or you're scared that something may happen.
Based on historical evidence.
Yes.
At some point, it's going to suck.
That doesn't really apply today because that's projection.
Right.
Yeah.
When I
psychological bullshit.
I'll have phases of time where I'm telling myself a pretty fucked up story.
Yeah.
And Kevin or somebody close to me will be like, well, do you actually feel like that's going to happen? And I'll drop out of my head and no, I don't feel that way, but I sure do think it. And it's a fucking strong story.
All right.
Yeah. 2 foot drop, right? And then, I ask all the guys if shit's going down in that aspect is exactly what he said. Do you feel that she's out to harm you, or do you feel that he's actually out to harm you? This is your best friend you're talking about.
Right.
You guys, no, he only wants the best for me. And they go, okay, so where does that fear live? In my head.
Right.
What's the worst neighborhood you ever hung out in?
Yeah.
Your brain.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's a good process. So
yeah,
that's kind of cool for you,
sort
though.
Of delineate it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Everything. I think the big thing to me for that whole generalized area is I don't think that people coming from where we come from will ever fully get away from the crazy shit up here, but getting better at me for myself, getting better at getting out of my head is becoming more of a reality. It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there.
When you say that, it reminds me of what my sponsor Steve taught me. Steve passed last year. He was describing character defects and shortcomings, and he says that, and this is just one conversation that he had with me, is like the character defect when he's describing it is the thoughts in your head. The character defect, you're asking for the character defect, you're writing down the character defect. And then you ask for the shortcoming to be removed. The shortcoming is the action attached to the thought.
Right.
The thoughts are always, he said, the thoughts are going to be there. We're going to think about a lot of bad shit.
Yeah.
But having the character defect stays, the shortcoming is the action, so asking for the action to be removed. And that made total sense to me, and I'm like, yeah, that really alleviates a lot of guilt because I'm always thinking about this
and it's
weird shit.
The character, I've often, because I don't know, language is a thing for me, so it's like character defect sounds like you're broken. Like, this is defective, send it back to the factory, it's fucked up. Right? So I like to look at it more like as traits that are being used badly. You know what I mean? Like, you can use a crescent wrench as a hammer, it's just not going to work out too good. But that same, so instead of it being a character defect, I kind of think of it in the terms of it's a character trait being misused. Right? So, stealing is a shortcoming. Or, no, that's not a good example. It's more like...
No, it's true.
Huh?
It's true, though.
Yeah. So, being resourceful and making use of things is a good trait.
You had to get creative.
Being able to survive is an asset.
Yeah.
Stealing...
At the time.
Yeah. Stealing, in order to achieve that, when that's all you know, is a shortcoming.
Survival.
The trait, used badly, could be your character defect, right? Like, lying. You're like, well, I didn't go to jail that day.
Good justification.
Right? But being creative and, I don't know. There's some things where it's like, I don't like thinking of it as
perspective. Everybody has a different perspective.
Right. But the idea of what inspired, like the trait,
right, the thought
can
process
be used for positive, can be used for negative. The shortcoming is if that requires some amends or
you're causing harm.
Causes harm in some way. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like however you choose to use it. You know what I mean? Like strength. Yeah, I can lift heavy things and be useful in my thing. Or I'm strong and I could beat the shit out of somebody. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like depends on how it's utilized, whether or not it's doing harm or requiring some amends.
I hear that. That's good. I like it. So, what consequences from your past are you living with today?
Broken back?
Yeah, I mean,
there's that.
People get like felonies as adults, and then they can't get this federal job, or, domestic violence, or you know what I mean. Like anything like that is affecting you today. Herpes.
Hep C.
Nope, I don't have the hep or the herp.
So you got nothing in your life
free
today that's...
I mean, consequences of my past.
The divorce, maybe. Going through that.
Yeah.
That's just a...
That's just life on
relationship
life terms.
gone wrong. That's life.
Which sucks, but it is, you know what I mean? Like...
It's not
Is
wrongdoing.
Is the question result from active using?
No, it didn't say active using. Your past wrongdoings. What bad decisions did you make that you're still living with today? It's like no felonies, none of that shit.
No felonies, no
So you kind of got off
No lists.
scot clean. No lists.
I don't have to register anywhere.
All right.
None of that.
Yeah. Well.
Right on.
Damn. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. I mean, I went pro early and retired
Yeah.
early and didn't have too many consequences that are forever. Like I got a sponsee who just got a couple of felonies pardoned that
Nice.
he's been trying to clean up for
Like governor's
18
pardon?
years. Yeah.
That's awesome. Mine's on the desk right now.
Nice.
I got the expungement and the pardon. I should get answers back in November.
That's
That's
interesting.
awesome.
Yeah. Did something spur that for you?
Yeah, I thought I wanted to go into the military. Yeah.
And you knew it was possible because my sponsor Steve did.
Steve from up in Sonoma?
No, from San
Okay.
Jose.
Okay.
Steve M.
Okay.
You know, he had gone to prison for a while and did a lot of that. And years later, he got a pardon from the governor.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. Before he passed, he got that done. So, did you have shame and guilt growing up that led you to using drugs? I know we talked about you didn't pinpoint anything specific, but was there shame and guilt growing up?
Not really.
When you were hanging out with your friends, did they look at inside your house, like at the family dynamics, and go, "Hey, that's pretty fucked up"?
No,
Did-
I mean, everybody that I hung out with was fucked up.
Yeah.
Had the same kind of conditions going on. Like, oh, where's your mom? Yeah, we don't fucking talk about her. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's your dad? He might get out in the next 2 years. Not sure yet. You know, it was like everyone in that circle. But the other kids in school that were, you know, I was showing up in Pro Wings and they were showing up in Reeboks.
Yeah.
I felt ashamed that I was not. I mean, I felt more like I should rob them than I'm ashamed of it.
But you did feel some?
I did not like being a broke ass,
Yeah.
and I felt ashamed that like somehow I dealt a shitty deck.
Yeah, I guess more often than not when we do record episodes is people that had like abuse as a kid.
Right.
They have like shame and guilt centered around that.
Right.
But if that wasn't your story, then
Right. No, I
You
didn't
know.
really have that.
any shame and guilt about as an adult? It's a tough question.
It is. I mean, I am like my divorce was filed by my ex. And I feel like a pussy.
Why?
I feel like a chump because I feel like I should have pulled the pin.
So is you're ashamed that you didn't pull the trigger? Yeah, that makes sense.
A little bit ashamed because it's like I was saying before, like I'm a good fucking man. You know what I mean? I'm a good father. I was a good, I'm a good husband. I'm a good neighbor. I'm a good
In
boss.
your perspective.
Like my whole idea of how I operate is I want to operate like the man I hope to see my sons be as they grow up. Like that's my fucking beacon. That's like what keeps me on the path. And I feel like I should have stopped taking what I hadn't earned from the ex for as long as I did.
Yeah. So
Like the rewards are not.
that sounds like regret.
Yeah. I got regrets.
Regrets. I love that one. All right. So not a whole lot of shame and guilt.
No.
Not that you see yet. Yeah.
No regrets.
All right.
Just
Here's
regrets.
here's your favorite
What do you got?
topic. What assets do you have that helps you be of service to others? Assets. I mean, you talked about being of service with the with the vets, you know. Is there anything else?
He also just listed off good husband, good father, good boss.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are good examples.
yeah, right? Like I am
Maybe some assets or characteristics that lead into being a good boss, good father, good.
Yeah. Like, I'm approachable. Like, I don't want anyone to ever feel like they couldn't, if something's going on, they couldn't come up and talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man. Like, guys who work for me, subcontractors, people that are in the program, people that are outside of the program. I'm like, yeah, dude, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, how's it going? Can I help? You know what I mean? Like, that's always sort of my go-to. Like, hey, what's going on? Can I help?
Let's look at reality.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm for the most part, I'm quick to forgive. Like I let shit. You know,
You don't hold resentments?
I don't. There's a few that I still got that I'm like, fuck that guy. But I'm like, fuck that guy. Hopefully someday he'll change his behavior.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, I really do pray for like these one or two people that I hope they get it someday.
Right. And with the ex, you know what I mean? Like with my ex, I'm like, man, I hope, because it's clear to me that she's suffering.
Yeah.
And I hope she finds relief.
Good for you. Is she
You know
one of
what I
us?
I met her at the Fuck No meeting of
Oh, that's
Narcotics
right. You
Anonymous.
said that.
She's not
It doesn't matter.
seeking recovery today,
Yeah. I was just curious.
but yeah.
Okay.
And so it's like, you know, and some of the behavior that she's pulled that is fucking unexcusable. I'm like, wow, you must be in a tremendous amount of pain to validate those kind of actions.
All right. So assets, you're compassionate.
Yeah, and that pisses me off sometimes. I don't
Oh,
want to be so
Compassionate,
fucking
understanding.
understanding.
I get it, dude.
We could just list them off just as you're talking.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of assets.
yeah, I'm willing to work for what I want. I don't want to be given anything.
Hard worker,
Yeah,
motivated, creative, intelligent. There's probably quite a few we could
Does
just start.
more.
Yeah.
A lot of times the reason we ask this because we just talked about just shit about your fucked
Right.
up life.
Right.
And like today, like your self-esteem and self-worth, do you feel good about yourself, your assets? Do you
I
like
do.
look at your life and yourself and you're going, I'm a good dude.
I do.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like, it's my default setting is if you only knew.
Yeah.
But truth be told is like, yeah, if you knew, we could confirm all these things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a good man. Like, I'm a good dad. I'm a good son. I'm a good brother. I'm a good uncle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a decent neighbor. I'm a great friend. You know
What
what
are
I mean?
the spiritual principles that are attached to all those? Like, you're a good dad because you're.
Because I listen. I consider. Like, I'm considerate. Like,
You're considerate.
you know what I mean? Like, that's something that was missing from my marriage.
Sounds like you try to set a good example.
Yeah.
There's some leadership in that.
Yeah.
A
And
leader.
some integrity.
Integrity is a
There you
good
go.
one.
Yeah. I would have, you know.
Consistency,
Yes.
stability.
Yes. What else? Consistency, stability, genuine. Like
Authentic.
Yeah. Like I give a shit. And I not
That
just
makes it
lip
hard.
service.
It makes it really hard when you care.
Yeah.
Makes it difficult.
What?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but that's fucked up.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It is.
It's fucked up, but it's
Because the
true.
world's a shitty place to live.
Yeah, not everybody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when you give a
Not
fuck,
everyone's playing by the same playbook.
So the integrity part is doing it anyways.
Yes.
Because even though
Goddamn
people
integrity, dude.
Irregardless. Yeah, irregardless.
You wish you just.
I still have to act right. And that's what I tell people. They're
Yeah.
like, man, your ex is fucked up. And I go, yep. And I still have to act right.
Yeah.
Because, and I used to, like, my beacon to follow was like, I don't want to have to tell my sponsor about this behavior. Like, that's what the kind of things that would go on in my head. And now it's like, how would I feel seeing my sons operate this way?
Right.
Okay, that's going to kind of tell me which way I'm going to behave. And sometimes I don't want to.
Sometimes you don't want to walk your talk.
Yeah. I don't want to be like, yep, I'm going to do some hood rat shit.
And you have to be willing to pick up the tab,
Yeah.
whatever that looks like.
That stops me most of the time. So I don't want to. And most of the time, the tab is guilt. I don't want to feel the shit on the back end of it. I don't want to
Or we said this
cause
before,
harm.
Or fuck that guy. I do not want to make amends to him
That too, yeah.
or her.
Yeah.
I don't want to discuss this with my sons.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't have kids, but that's a good one. I understand that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, that one hits. Like, fuck yeah, dude, I'll go to the pen. You know what I mean? Like, never been, except for H&I.
Yeah.
But there's some shit I'm willing to accept the stupid prizes you get from playing stupid games. Sometimes I'm like, yep, this is important enough.
Been there.
But then I bring it back to, I don't want to have to discuss this with my sons.
Yeah. That, and there's always an alternative to the solution.
Right.
That
Karma will do its thing, and I'm not the agent of karma.
Usually nothing is the alternative for me.
Which is good enough.
Yeah, fucking, I'm not doing the right thing, but I'm not going to do the wrong thing either.
I love it. All right. How are you showing your gratitude for your recovery today? I mean, you do a lot of service.
You're in a different city doing a recovery-based podcast.
Right.
There's one.
I'm secretary for my home group, or not treasurer for my home group. I'm secretary for the Tuesday night men's meeting. I make time for sponsees. I reach out to my sponsor.
You got the car thing, the race thing.
Right.
With the vets, yeah.
No, that has
over,
ended. But
you did.
I still our other cars, and all those young men that grew up in my backyard that have been a part of that are still part of the team, and we are waiting for the divorce to be over to start a new nonprofit.
Nice.
To serve not just the disabled veterans, but we're going to open it wider to serve the disabled community.
I'm sorry, it keeps bouncing around in my head. If she filed first, have you signed the papers yet?
No.
Well, so you're holding off.
No,
Is there dispute over property?
Yes.
Okay.
There's still disputed things.
Yeah. Okay. Curious. Let's move.
So
past
until that's complete, I'm putting it on hold. The car's mothballed,
everything.
and not my Rabbit, not my Jetta, but the GTI. So
You're
that's
a Volkswagen
the one that's set
guy,
up.
huh?
Yeah. And one of my buddies owns a Volkswagen shop that's got like a whole back end that's
there you
full of
go.
cool parts. And
You see my boy's Jetta out there? He's got a diesel.
okay. What's he doing with it?
Right. That's it. What's he doing with it? He's driving it around.
Oh, okay.
He went to UTI,
Nice.
Universal Technical. Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked at shops for a while until recently when he moved back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to work on cars except for a hobby. So him and I plan on getting a project and doing shit together.
Right on.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's the last of my little flashcards. So at this point, we ask about the story.
Which part?
See, at the end of the podcast, we always want you to tell, or
Oh.
so the listeners have like this story that you know.
Like, what's a fucked up wild story that just stands out? Something that maybe you skipped over, or that, when people are telling war stories around a table, that it's your kind of your go-to, or this thing that maybe you don't talk about much. It's pretty fucked up that you haven't quite shared that often, or maybe never at all.
Yeah. Like the one podcast, like you were she was the girl that fell off a cliff. One of those things.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Michelle Tees. She
fell
was
off a
getting
cliff?
loaded. Yeah, she's getting loaded at a party, and they were partying up on this. You don't remember that, huh? Your short-term memory is shot.
It's horrible. I'm telling you. I forget whole fucking.
So I told her
need
that
to keep
she's
a little
gonna be known
box of
as
shit,
the
dude.
Right?
girl
Yeah.
that fell off a cliff. So any story?
Was I at that one?
Yeah.
Was it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Fell
mean,
off a cliff, huh?
I've been clean a long time. I've had a lot of stories. And then when I was getting high, it was like down and dirty, and like a lot of it, like
You got one that
fucking
stands out?
quick.
I mean, the flipping the car is kind of cool. You got anything like flipping the car? What's something fun you could tell?
Man, there's been a lot. I like.
Pick one.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm trying to pick one that would be cool.
It's relative.
Right. So, should we talk about how we don't have a convention at the Oakland Park Hotel anymore?
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Since we were there at the same time.
Right? You were fucking up on another floor.
Yeah.
We were at the top floor running. They had cleared out the bar, and it was like open mic. Started out with like some fucking hippie playing a
Fucking hippies.
acoustic guitar or some shit. And then we brought up like 7 espresso machines and started going ham. And when we sent somebody out to go get some more beans and milk, they came back with a used car like banner. It was about 20 feet long and 3 feet wide, and a gallon of corn oil. And we were gacked out of our minds doing naked slip and slide up and down the hallways of the Oakland Park Hotel, top floor.
Gacked on espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah, gacked on espresso and Mountain Dew, all hopped up.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Exactly.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Yeah, we were.
That movie.
And at that same convention,
Shut up, Chip.
my mom found me with a girl in the little space between the hallway and the bathroom.
Oh,
the
your mom
women's
was
room.
clean.
Yeah, mom was clean.
She was at the convention with you.
She was at the convention, and she went.
And you
I was
were-
entertaining a girl in the hall. Like, you'd open the door, and there was like a table and a mirror and
in the
stuff like
room, in the hotel room.
that. No, in like the public bathroom for
Oh.
the top floor area, and then the next door brought you into where the toilets and sinks and stuff were. And
So you and the girl were going at it, and your mom
going
walked
at it,
in
my
on
mom
you.
walked in. Oh, hi, Jeffrey. I'm like, hey, Ma.
And you kept going.
Kept going.
Nice.
Didn't skip a beat.
Naked slip and slide. You know what? I heard. I don't know if I can't remember what I was hearing about that convention because we were doing our own shit that
Right.
caused a lot of. After that convention, they asked us never to come back.
Never ever.
So a bunch of us kids, we're all fucking
Yeah.
kids, took couches. I don't know how we got them, but we put couches in the elevators, and there's like a bank of 6 elevators.
Yeah.
4 or 6 elevators, and we'd put a couch in each elevator, and then we would play elevator tag, and so you'd press random buttons. Everybody's in a different, elevator car, and then if the door opens at a floor and another door opens, and whoever's it runs over and tags somebody before the door closes, and then runs back, and so we would play that, and
Yeah.
it's
No one could get to their rooms because
because we're playing elevator tag.
they were constantly in use, and naked slip and slide on the top floor.
Yeah.
And
Good times.
yeah, not bad.
The fun in recovery.
Yeah, right.
Did you keep anything from that convention to put in your basket?
I did. It's actually on the side of that. The magnets that you get from those conventions. I have my whole, like the vent hood above my range
Yeah.
is all kinds of stickers and magnets and memorabilia from
That's pretty cool.
some of those things.
That's very cool.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I still like that basket. I don't necessarily have that basket, but like there's all these little cool things that I've gathered, and each one of them there's
Means something to
memories
you.
connected.
So you
to
kind of still have it. You just don't have the
I still
basket.
practice that, but I don't necessarily have like the box.
Yeah,
But-
that's cool. I've got those magnets on the fridge in the kitchen.
Yeah,
I recently did a cleansing where I don't want things. I just threw out baby albums and fucking
Dude, I've done that.
kid stuff from childhood. Everything that I've been lugging around with me from childhood. I fucking
purged it.
yeah, dude. I fucking just frisbeed it into the dump, all of it.
Nice.
Is it cathartic?
Oh my god, it felt so good.
Nice.
I was like, this is uncomfortable. I got to get through this, and I got through it, and I sat down in the U-Haul afterwards, and I was like,
Yeah.
felt so good.
That's cool.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
had
good
quite a
story.
bit of that because I went from like a 28-year relationship
Yeah.
to,
Hmm.
and I'm like,
You need a clean slate.
I got a bed, I got some clothes, and then I got some cool things, but like the rest of it's
Material shit.
gone. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Jake, you want this? Kyle, you want this? Homies, newcomers, take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I've learned that the material shit can come and go. You know, I know how to get it back.
Sure.
I know how to do hard work and get that stuff back.
Right.
The Maverick out front is yours?
Yeah.
I love Mavericks. Drove one here too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his
There-
big beefy truck.
Yeah. They work, dude.
I got the F-250 at the house.
I'm
and the
going to
Tundra.
get one at the beginning of the year.
Nice.
I'm excited about. There's a suspension kit that I'm going to get for it too. That I can't fucking wait, dude.
Nice.
I'm so
Why
excited.
don't I just sell you mine?
Huh?
Why don't I just sell you my Chevy?
No, I want a high
Brand new.
output 6.7 power stroke.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, car talkers.
2014
Yeah.
F-250 is what I'm working with.
Yeah. Anything newer than 2010 is those power strokes are fucking yeah.
They're real.
Jeff, we appreciate you coming out and doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you are such a cool guy hanging out with our girl J Dub.
She's rad.
I didn't like say that until now that you're attached to our dear friend Jennifer W, who's
I'm attached to
famous
her,
in
too.
the podcast world.
Oh, yeah. She's got like 1 million views.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so love you, buddy. Really appreciate you doing this today.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
It's good to get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll talk soon.
Thanks everybody. Love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you being here and being part of this community. Just a quick heads up before we wrap. The people we talk to on this show are just sharing their own personal stories. They do not speak for any specific recovery program or group. It's just their experience, strength, and hope. Well, that's it for now, and please remember that you can follow us on any of your streaming platform that you listen to, and somewhere in there on that streaming platform there is a donate button if you care to help out with our monthly fees that we have to pay to produce each episode, and there's a follow button. There's also somewhere on your streaming platform you can text us and send us a response or email or check in. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you.